If there's one thing the terminal list, Dark Wolf is demonstrating, it's that CIA, Mossad Black Ops are somewhat turbulent, which is probably not a huge surprise. The idea that the Israelis were the good guys and the Iranians were the bad guys was quickly put to the test in Episode 4, The Sound of Guns, when some nice surprises are introduced. In my joke about that being geopolitically short-sighted, I might have been a bit too enthusiastic. I don't want to imply that the Iranians aren't the evil people, but that would assume that there are any nice guys in this equation, which there don't appear to be. Can be trusted. Not even the characters we are meant to support is prominently featured in the outskirts of this episode, which is a little more lively than the others. For instance, Hastings worries throughout the entire film that the entire situation is incredibly foolish and likely a front for another kind of operation. It turns out that he is right, albeit maybe not in the way he had hoped. It makes sense that Haverford is the target of the most of his suspicions. Following a background investigation, he finds out that Haverford established the Iranian Operations Division and has since made it his life's work to keep the tiger in the cage. Running the longest tenured asset inside Tehran, an undercover spy designated as the Shepherd, from whom all actionable intelligence is derived, is a part of it. Edwards silently makes fun of Hastings for his fears about single-source intelligence, even though Hastings dislikes the concept. Edwards has obviously had a taste for the freedom that comes with behind-the-scenes operations after killing Ish's killer in a train car full of regular people. In an attempt to rationalize his own bloodlust, he frames Hastings' reasonable worry as his desire for the red tape that stifled their efforts in Mosul. Although Hastings argues that he is the one who is straying from the norm, nothing changes until it is too late. Dark Wolf, The Terminal List, the 4th episode, revolves around a heist, a la Ocean's 11. Working for a group that promoted nuclear proliferation on the black market, Molnar's goal was to get soon-to-be prohibited technology into Iranian hands before pending accords stopped it. Road transport is en route to Geneva, where Cyrus and Vahid Rahimi, who disagree on Iran's future, will receive a cargo of bearings. To stop the centrifuge in the Iranian plant from spinning quickly enough, Haverford devises a scheme to ambush the convoy carrying the bearings and swap them out for some inferior fakes. This allows the actors to divide up the prep work. This entails staking out the ambush location, breaking into local cameras and other cameras, and feigning to be a couple when they are discovered by a bystander. There is a lot of sexual chemistry throughout, which only serves to support Hastings' assertions that Edwards isn't acting rationally because he is attracted to a foreign intelligence officer. Hastings is increasingly coming across as the character whose point of view is intended for the audience. Speaking of which, he and Tal meet with a man named Mordecai to pick up the phony bearings, which makes him even more suspicious because how could the idea have been conceived just moments earlier and everything have been set up so fast? Eliza puts a knife to Tal's throat when Landry, the third Hemsworth brother whose name you can't recall, acts like an overt creep and attempts to push himself on him in an attempt to deflect attention from these problems. Before the crime begins, Edwards even recommends that they take Landry off the assignment since you should consider him a possible impediment. Naturally, this serves to set up the final twist. The ambush begins successfully, but an RPG and a substantial reaction force foil their escape and start shooting at them right away, wounding Mo in the process. Like all of the earlier action scenes, this one is expertly constructed and makes extensive use of perspective and intriguing camera movement. I should have been paying more attention to Eliza, who shoots Edwards in the back as soon as she gets the chance, but I was so focused on Landry that I was successfully tricked. It appears that the Israelis have been pushing their own agenda all along. Hopefully, this pleasant, although rather predictable, twist will liven up the last few episodes.